What's up guys, Mr. Very here, and today I am going to be playing Fire Emblem, which is a really great RPG game. I used to play it a lot earlier on. So, you are a tactician traveling across the lead. Set your name, birth, month, and gender. So, obviously, my name is Mike. I was actually born in June. For those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that. And I am a male. So we're starting off in the prologue, which is called The Girl from the Plains, who is actually Lyn. And for those of you who've played Super Smash Bros., a lot of these characters will seem familiar. So she says that she finds us, Mike, the tactician, unconscious. So, basically this is like kind of, okay, now you can see the layout. So this is how most of the battles look. Obviously there's different scenery and different classes, different fighters. So the character that you play as is a strategist. So you just basically control all the different warriors and lead them around. And you can see the Lyn is a blue unit, so she's one of mine, and the enemy units are red. Mike is green because he's an NPC, he's not a usable unit. So it's our phase, so we're gonna select Lyn. And obviously move her as close as we can to the enemy. And now it's our turn to attack him. There's a triangle of both magic and weapons, such as swords are better than axes. You can see that Lyn's sword will do 2 times damage since he's using an axe, and lances beat swords, and axes beat lances. So it's good to know what exactly is going to be advantageous depending on what type of enemy you're facing. And you can see he only has a 39% hit rate. Unfortunately, he does land the hit on Lyn. So we have to move Lyn up and heal her up with a Vulnerary. And we see she gets restored back to 16 HP. And since that enemy is guarding the little hut up there, he doesn't move. But typically the stationary enemies who are guarding the end point of the map are also much more powerful. See, and they also have special names. He's Bata. Like normally he would just be a bandit. So, and he heals a little bit because he's standing on one of his own like stronghold type things. And she's about to get a crit. And you can see the difference of the attack when you get a critical hit and in how much damage it deals. And Lyn levels up, increasing her HP, speed, and luck. So now we seize the gate, and we win the battle. Obviously, this battle is completely set up. You literally cannot lose it. All the damage dealt to you and that you deal is already predetermined. So it's basically just a training exercise. So we learned that Lyn is the last of her tribe and that her family, her father and her mother died 6 months ago by a bandit attack. And she's all better now, after that sad moment, I guess. So, we agree to train with Lyn and move forward. And so we will save over. And so we go to Bulgur, the next location, where we meet up with, I believe, Cain and Seth, I want to say. I forget their names, but they're two cavaliers. And one is, he's always trying to get at ladies. He's kind of like Brock from Pokemon. Actually, he's identical to Brock from Pokemon in that. Oh yeah, Sain is his name, and Kent. Okay. And Kent's the more serious one, you know, more about his duty and whatnot, whereas Sain just kinda goofs around and tries to get at women. And they are from Lycia, as they mentioned. They're Knights of Lycia. And what's nice about them, their characters, is that they can use both lances and swords. So depending on what enemy you're facing, they can still have an advantage. And you can also upgrade the classes, like eventually once they hit level 10 and you have a certain item, you can upgrade them, and when they're upgraded, they can also use axes. So they're allowed to use axes, swords, and lances, so there's no one in the melee triangle, at least, that poses a threat to them. So they decide to join the battle, and I will be leading them, of course. And if Lyn is defeated at any time, the game is over. However, if one of your other units are defeated, you lose that unit for good, which really sucks. And we can see that Sain tried to use an iron lance against an axe, which is stupid. Unfortunately, it makes me do that. So, Kent gives him his extra sword, as he of course forgot to buy one and thought that a lance was nicer looking. And you could just see the weapon triangle. Swords are strong against axes, like I was saying earlier. So we're gonna bring up him and use our sword. You can see we have an 100% hit rate with 9 damage, while he only has a 46% hit rate with 5 damage and no chance of crit. So now Lyn will come in and deliver the final blow. And now it's the enemy's phase. So, Sain wants another chance, since he decided to mess up last time. So we're going to be using the sword. As I've said already, it is more advantageous to use that against axes. Unfortunately, he misses still. Oh, and like Advanced Wars, depending on where you are, like the terrain you're in, they have a better chance of hitting you or a worse chance of hitting you. So when you're in the woods, you have a less chance of being hit, but if your enemy is in the woods, then so does he. So, goes both ways. And now see, since Kent is in the woods, he only has a 26% chance of hitting, which is like nothing. And Lynn decides to leave that bandit to the knights, so we're gonna go in the woods right here so that we can move in closer. And he tries attacking Kent again. Kent should get the blow in, and he does. And I'm pretty sure that this battle is all predetermined too, because it's not allowing me to select where I want to move them. So now it's trying to teach me the trade command. So I have to move Sain up there as he flirts with Lynn. And we trade. And we're gonna grab the Vulnerary with only 2 charges left. And use it so that he heals. And we'll wait there. Alright, so now the rest of this is all up to me. Thankfully, I really hate the beginning of these games just because of how lengthy the tutorials are. And what's nice about Lynn is she gets 2 strikes in at once. At least I think it's only when she has an advantage over the enemy. Like the fact that he was using an axe and she had a sword. I know that she gets it other times. I'm honestly not sure what determines her getting it. And she's about to finish him off, and she does. And now she's almost up to level 3, and we only have 2 enemies left. So, moving Sain up with the iron sword equipped just in case, because, you know, you assume that bandit is going to attack. And we will move Lynn up to finish off the special one, whoever he may be this time around. And he misses, luckily. So I'm gonna move Kent up and around. And he does not get a hit in. And I'm gonna leave Kent to finish off that one, and move Sain up to finish off Zugu, who is the boss for this particular area. And you can see that you get more experience from dealing damage to a boss as well, which is nice. And he is only at 1 HP. And Lynn levels up again. So she's up to 3 now. And you can see her class. She's a Lord. Lords are main characters within the storyline that usually I mean, actually all the lords cannot die during battle, or else you have to restart the battle. And we see Kent levels up to level 2, he's a Cavalier, and Zugu is targeting Sain, and Sain will finish him off, and that should level Sain as well as finish this off for us. Ooh, really close, just got 80 experience. So we see a rejoicing group after easily crushing those enemies. So we figure out that Lyn is actually a royal. As you can see here, and so this is kind of a big surprise to her, obviously. I mean, thinking that you're just in a random nomad tribe and then being told that you're actually royalty, it's kind of a big deal. It kind of changed your life. So this game is kind of wordy, especially in the beginning. I do like the storyline, but I've also seen this part tons of times, so and if you guys want to read everything, I know I'm going through it kind of fast, you can feel free to pause the video. Like I said, I've already read it all. So we're going to do one more chapter, and that'll be it for our first part. And chapter 2, Sword of Spirits. And this is actually where Lyn gets an awesome sword. I forget what it's called, but it's really badass and only she can wield it. Of course there's a bunch of bandits to deal with first. And it's the Mani Kadi, that's what it's called. Now, when you see green people in battle, they're NPCs, and typically if you talk to them, sometimes they'll join your party. Like, I think if we talk to the girl in the green there, she's the first archer you get on your team. Nope, she's just some woman. Damn. But it's good to go into the houses as well, because you can gain certain items, and sometimes you gain certain teammates. And you see that she says that we should go to all the houses, as I was just saying. And she tells us that there's a cracked wall, which we can see over to the right, right here, this wall. If you damage it enough, you can go through it, which makes it a little easier for us to go through and move forward. And mountains make it more difficult to be hit, obviously, but they are difficult to traverse. And we will move Kent to the final home, and I think nope, doesn't look like we gain any help yet. That's unfortunate. I was almost certain that we gained our fourth teammate during this chapter, but I might be wrong. And so we're gonna move up here, using an iron sword, of course, against his axe, and hoping he doesn't land a hit, and he doesn't, and Sain reaches level 2. Which is good, he gets his HP, strength, and luck increased. And we move up. And he actually does land a hit on Kent, unfortunately, but Kent does land the killing blow. And the leader of the enemy is on the throne now, so we have to defeat him and then seize the throne. Since he's a person using a sword, obviously our cavaliers with their lances are the best option. So I'm going to have Sain attack the wall. And I move Kent into the woods so that hopefully he is missed by the axe that will be coming toward him. And he misses Sain anyway, so that works out. And I'm going to have Lynn loop around here and crush this guy. And he misses her, as I thought he would. And now we're going to move Kent down 1, and he gets 2 strikes on him. So if this bandit doesn't hit him, then we get to take him out in 1 turn with no damage dealt to us, which is awesome. And we'll have Kent almost finishes the wall off, or Sain, sorry. And the wall is down. So I'm going to move him in and have him wait, as well as move Lynn in and have her wait. So he gets the added protection of the pillar he's on, making it a little bit harder to hit him. And I have Lynn finish him off. And now it's time to have Sain and Kent use their lances and destroy the leader, who's named Glass. And of course we're going to want to take out the other enemy, because there's no reason to not get that extra experience. Unfortunately, they both missed each other right there. And Glass heals for 2. However, if they do land a hit now, it's over. And it is. Kent deals the final blow and therefore gets a lot of experience and levels up to level 3, increasing his health, strength, and skill. And this is just saying that we do gain items upon defeating enemies. And we can seize the throne now, but first, I would rather take out that last bandit so we can get some more experience. And you can hear the victory music. And Kent is at low health, but he swiftly takes out that last bandit and almost gets another level. So now we will end this. And we end up getting the Mani Kadi, which is what the bandits were after, the sword. And she touches it, and Lyn touches it, and of course is able to wield it. So we see Lyn take out the sword. And that's a very powerful blade, actually. It makes Lyn a much, much better character. So, that is all for the first part of my Fire Emblem Let's Play. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, comment on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy the content I produce, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.